Hi you guys, welcome back to another week of LOL. It's Alaché, and I have with me international recording artist Tanya Dallas Lewis.
Hey y'all.
She's award winning and we actually connected, I think it's almost getting on like a year and a half.
It has to have been a year and a half.
And we've been trying to make it work.
Forever.
Literally when I tell you lunch dates, we
Yes.
have been trying.
Yes.
So I'm excited to have you on today. Thank you for coming and making time for me. And today we're doing a cooking segment. Like literally we've been trying to cook on this show, you guys know, for like dying ages. So we're not waiting on the reno in the kitchen, we're getting it done today. We're eating healthy chicken quesadillas, and I'm gonna show you guys, obviously you guys know I'm into like wellness and all that stuff. So I'm doing like dairy-free cheese, all that stuff. Like it's gonna be healthy, but it's still gonna be delicious. So you ready?
I'm
She's
ready.
cooking with me today.
Yes.
And so while we're cooking, we're having girl chat, and she's gonna just basically give you guys a little hint into who she is and what she does. You wanna give them a little
Sure.
something? Like tell them, like she stays booked. She's super booked. Trust me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, first, thank you so much, Alaché, for allowing me to be on
Thank
this show.
you.
Standing next to such a wonderful, beautiful woman,
Thank
inside
you.
and out.
Thank you.
She has such poise and grace. And this chocolate skin she has is really, really to die for. Did I tell you when I was little I used to want to be chocolate?
Are you serious?
Yes, I did.
And
So
we were
I
kind
know
of
that especially in the West, we have talked about, Oprah has been very vocal about young girls feeling ashamed of their darker complexion skin, but I just want to compliment you.
Thank you. Thank you.
But enough about you.
It's taking a lot to get here.
I'm just playing. But yes, my name is Tanya Dallas Lewis, and I am an international recording artist. I just had a music video that came out, so you guys check it out.
Yes.
It made an appearance on the first round ballot for the Grammys this past
She
spring.
is award winning. I'm not kidding you guys. She just came home with the Steeple Awards this year. So she is working.
I did.
She
Shout
really
out to
is.
the Steeple Awards.
Yes, she is.
So I just sing. I sing hope. I'm a mom of 2 chocolate boys. I'm a lover of God and all the love that he encompasses. I'm also a middle school teacher, so shout out to South Middle School, to my middle school 7th grade English language arts students.
Yes,
and I'm just
yes.
tickled pink and green to be here.
Yes.
Oh, pink and green. Skewy. Sorry. To be here and to kind of do some cooking.
Yes, we're gonna do some cooking. Food. I love food.
We do.
So we get started. So while today we're doing, like I said, the quesadillas, I have everything pre-seasoned, and as always, I'm gonna have like recipe. It's gonna scroll down your screen, you'll see everything, and yeah, you guys have access to the ebook at the end. Just go to my mailing list and we'll send it out to you. So yeah, we're gonna get started. So while we're doing this, we'll be flipping chickens and doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically I'm just saying, you just let this like cook down, and I'm not putting this in the oven or anything. I can fry them, but not with a lot of oil, just a little bit.
That's good.
And it's just gonna come together, and once it's done, we'll be ready to put it in the wrap. So we're making an avocado mayo. We want to make that from scratch, so that's why this is here.
I'm gonna learn how to make avocado mayo from scratch.
Yes.
I love avocado.
So I'm showing you like my
Okay.
little twist. And so
Cool.
for that, we need these. So this is lemon juice. This is a mix of like mayonnaise and brown sugar mustard.
Got it.
And then this is like just some light honey. Then we're gonna sweeten that up with that. So we're
Okay.
gonna just cut this and put that in here, mash it up, and then add these to it.
Okay.
And the mayo will be ready in 2 seconds. I had a hard time finding a really ripe avocado for some reason. Okay.
Just the whole thing. in
Yes,
its
just the
entirety,
whole
right?
thing.
Okay. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
So everything that I use to season the chicken, I will have that on the YouTube channel for you
Good.
guys. All right. So while this is doing, we're gonna get back here,
Sorry.
and we're gonna mash. So we want to mash that down to like a nice paste. So, or do you want me to give you a fork?
Yes.
That's easier.
I've never made guacamole.
You haven't?
No. But this is going to inspire me.
Yes.
So,
Okay. So it's coming together. It is. So we can add some of the lemon juice, and this is gonna help also, because you know how like avocados can get brown really quickly. So at least this the acid in this will
Oh,
keep it
good to
from,
know.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this in. This is the mayonnaise. So this is mayonnaise and brown sugar mustard. And then now I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. Not too much, because you don't want it too sweet. Just enough. That's fine. So this is probably like a teaspoon or a tablespoon worth. I don't have measurements in here. So that's it. That's my mayo. My avocado mayo is ready to go.
Now I know.
It's really quick. And you could throw in like some dried parsley flakes in it, like, you know, whatever you want. You know, if you want to put in like a pinch of salt, you can. You know. So this is like just maybe 2 minutes away from being all the way there. Okay. That's a good thing about chopping it up really tiny like this.
Almost there. Almost there.
It's not lying when she told you.
I love that. Take it to the power. You seen that one? And you're just talking about just pulling it apart like I'm doing right here.
Exactly.
Or slicing
Perfect.
it.
You know, that's
okay,
actually
just
perfect.
like this. Okay.
Yes. All right. So obviously our chicken is shredded and ready. We have toppings. I'm doing onions and tomatoes, and I'm doing non-dairy cheese.
Non-dairy cheese.
But the shreds, they're really chewy. They're like cheese. So what I'm gonna do is just get this and put as much as you want. I kind of just smear this in to like my base here, so we can add a little bit more. Depends on how much you want. So like that, and then you're gonna put the chicken on it. So we could put the chicken on top of this.
Okay. So do you just do it straight down the middle like Taco Bell? Or?
Yes, exactly. Or you can do it however, you know, some people like a good generous portion. Okay. You know, we could add more.
Add more, okay.
You know how they can be stingy with meat?
Yes.
I'm like, why? Are you guys running out of chicken?
I know.
Give us some more meat. Like,
what's
the problem?
The issue?
Yeah. And then now we need another spoon. Let's get another spoon so we can scoop out the tomatoes. So what do you want on yours? You want tomatoes?
Yes, everything.
Everything that's on there.
Todos.
Okay.
Everything.
So we'll put the tomatoes on there. And then some onions, yes? Okay.
I love red onions.
So that, the best.
They are.
Honestly, like so much flavor in your food. Just put some of that on there. You want more?
That's
of
good.
That's good. And then now we're gonna top it off with cheese because we love a lot of cheese.
Yes.
Do you like cheese?
I love cheese.
Yes. And I'll show you guys the brand that I use. Like, I was really skeptical when I started this whole non-dairy lifestyle. And I cheat some days, I'm not gonna lie. Yep. That's perfect. Let me make mine. So this is our final melt.
It looks delicious.
And I'm just gonna kind of cut down the middle so they can see. Like, see, that stuff really does. Look at that. It's so
looks
good.
tasty.
You try it, we can try it. So we're eating this stuff, which is really good.
Oh my gosh, she's being modest. It is not just good, it is delicioso. I mean, it is so, just every ingredient that you've picked goes together almost like a song.
Thank you.
It has its own melody and harmonies, and those are all unfolding in your mouth.
Thank
and that
you.
was free, so she doesn't have to pay me the $2.25.
There you go. She's telling you her honest opinion. She actually ate the food.
I sure did.
So, sorry. We're so busy eating. You guys, I have no manners when I'm eating. Like, if I like it, I'm just going. Sorry. But yeah, we were talking, you know, we had this conversation about girls and having confidence and just like, you know, getting their self-confidence. And, you know, you made some really good points, which I think we should elaborate on for people to...
Absolutely. And I think, you know, you're a great model of self-confidence because for a lot of women, especially those who are not in the dominant culture, our hair really is a big thing. And I think there has to be some understanding cross-cultural wise on some level so that people can just have an understanding. And all women struggle with their hair.
Yeah.
Did you see Black Panther?
I did. I loved it.
And so I have seen reports where it's on the rise, where more and more Black women are embracing their natural beauty and wearing their hair natural.
We're moving there. Are you moving? I'm moving to Wakanda.
Oh, Wakanda is real.
Yeah.
Somebody said to me the other day, "Do you think it's a real place?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I do think it's a real place." You're laughing.
You'll buy the ticket to Wakanda.
I think,
or maybe just come to Nigeria.
I think, and Nick he probably will appreciate this. Nick is our camera guy. I think that the government often uses movies to tell the public truth, but wrapped up in the movie. And so most people, it goes over their head. What do you think about this, Nick? It goes over their head, but there's a lot of truth in the movies that we watch.
There is.
And some of the truth is, well, it's blatant, but we're just not catching it because we're so distracted by
everything else.
Yeah.
But I think for me, even like being originally African, I like the fact that that movie, for me, what that did for me is showed my people outside of the stereotype. Yes. You know, because people just think that we're out there, we're living in huts, we don't,
monkeys walking around.
Exactly. And like there's a whole civilization that's out there. People are extremely educated. You know, people are, I mean, every profession that you can find, we're out there. And when you go out there, I mean, the houses are there, the cars are there. People work hard for what they for what they earn. So I think for us, it was just such a big thing that we were finally breaking stereotype.
Yes, because there are a lot of misconceptions about Africa. And unfortunately, with the West and American chattel slavery, these type of stereotypes, you know, it was profitable for them to abound. Yeah. So that the Black Americans who are here now, our ancestors who were enslaved, you know,
I think that
who wants to go to Africa if it's like that?
No, but it bridged the gap because obviously you saw the cousins.
Yeah.
The one that was here and the other one that was on the other side and hated his brothers on the other side. And, you know, obviously I think it's just that unspoken animosity, maybe you want to say, like just like you're saying, you don't want to go to the other side because they gave you up. But then just seeing bridging the gap, like we're all one people. And I saw the documentary from the director of that movie actually, and he said when he got to South Africa.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi. When he got to South Africa, he said that he had gone into, I guess the kids that worked at the hotel where he was staying, or he had gone anyways on a Sunday afternoon to the house. You know, they had like this ritual that they were doing, or you know, they call like their Sunday rituals. And when he got into the living room, he saw like a bunch of uncles just sitting down chatting. And he's like, okay. And then he got into the kitchen and like the girls and the aunties were like there chatting, and then out in the yard in the back, like maybe killing the animals and making for like a barbecue. And he's like, wow, we're all the same, just living on two different continents. Like it's like this is like having a cookout, you know, that's like my uncles and my aunties, and so it's like we're just one people. So I like the fact that we have a lot of movies that are starting to bridge those gaps, and
this is why stories are so important, and these stories are important even for our girls. You know, what narrative are they embracing by living in a culture that is over sexualized, and that does place a lot of pressure on what people look like, and that's for men too. Have you seen these tutorials on YouTube where they have men doing makeup applications?
It's so weird.
Not so that they can look like women.
No,
just so that they can look
cover
like
up their
GQ. Is that the name of the magazine?
GQ magazine.
Cover models and all of those things. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, as a nation, is this where we have gone? But then,
you know, we need to start embracing ourselves. Obviously, for me and you, for what we do, we go out
it's a little harder because we still have to
do
the part.
Wear makeup and all that stuff. But I always like people to know that we have a life outside of this job.
We do.
You know, so that's why, like, even when I started this channel, there are days when I don't have anything on my face.
Yes.
Today I have, like, minimal face on. Like, seriously, because a lot of girls watch what we do, unfortunately, and they think that that's the ideal of beauty.
And I love that you said that, because from time to time, I will post a picture without all of this.
You do. You actually do.
And I embrace myself the way I look, with makeup, without makeup.
Without makeup.
With hair straight, kinky, it doesn't matter. It's the person who you are on the inside. The true measure of any man or woman is who they are on the inside.
You know what was so funny? If I tell you a story of me going to cut my hair, when I went out to go cut my hair, I was actually just trying to go for like maybe this much to where I can do like my twist outs. And when I got to the barber shop, he chopped my hair way lower than I planned to chop my hair that day. Wow. Yeah, and I was like, whoa, this is not what I planned for when I came in here today, but I've embraced it, and there's some freedom about it, just knowing that my looks are not defined by what is on my head.
And especially for Black women, I think, because when we, came to this country and we were enslaved, if you go back and look in history, we were forced to wear bonnets and kerchiefs and all these things on our hair, because we just had this hair that to the plantations owners it wasn't like theirs, right? And that's part of the problem with a lot of the issues that we have on our planet today. It's not because we're so hate-filled, but because we just don't know. And so when we take out the time to get to know someone else's culture and their story, it's hard to fear people when you know their story. And I have a perfect example. I love Jason Statham. Now, if you're not a Jason Statham fan, then you don't know who he is, but think about Fast and the Furious.
He is.
He's kind of small, but good looking.
Eye
I think
candy.
he's from, he is eye candy. Okay, he has this movie, I think it's called The Transporter, and in this movie,
he has a transporter. I think was he in Hitman too? I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yes.
He was in that movie, yeah.
She's helping teach this
I
lesson
love-
for me. So in this movie, he's the bad guy, right? He's the anti-hero. But by the end of the movie, you find yourself rooting for him. Why? Because you know his story.
You know his story. You
And
know
so
his background.
I think if we take the time, like
To get
even
to
my
know each
friends
other.
who are from Pakistan, and I get to understand why they wear the hijab and some of their customs. At first, if I frowned upon them, now I have some understanding and I see the backstory behind it. So now I know. And I
Yes.
think it's the same with African American women. I had
Yes.
a woman on my job say to me, why do black women wear all that fake hair? I had to give her some education, and I had to let her know. It's not that number one, we don't all wear fake hair. That's number one. Number two, everyone in Hollywood wears fake hair, men and women.
Yes.
Okay? Number three, for a lot of us, it's an accessory. So we can rock this look right here one day.
And then rock something else.
And then rock something else another day.
And
That's
you made
right.
a good point, like with entertainment, if we're shooting a music video, they're not, your shoot day could just be today.
Right.
So wigs play a big part.
Right.
If I want to have a bob in
Right.
this scene, like we play around with that stuff, accessorize how we want to look, So,
And then also, because of the dominant culture, there's a standard for hair.
Yeah.
And so black women have felt this pressure for, decades. And so we are dyeing our hair, frying our hair, putting lye in our hair, trying to get it to conform to the dominant culture standard. And so what do you think happens to our hair when we do all that to it? I'll let you
go
answer.
bald.
Yeah, you
lose it all.
lose your hair. It falls out. Exactly.
You lose it all.
So a lot of respect, much respect to women all over the planet who endure, some of the cultural and societal norms that say that we have to be something that we were really never meant to be.
It's just like, like when you watch the Asian ladies who tell you people make fun of them because of their eyes.
I know,
and
which
then
are
they
beautiful.
have to do
I love their eyes.
So like everybody has something that somebody is always trying to alter. And it's just like, let's just embrace people the way they are. Get to know the person. I do that with my kids all the time. My kids have like, their friends are like the rainbow. Like literally,
it's like the UN.
like different
The
colors.
United Nations.
It's not about what color they are. It's just the fact that you get to know a person for who they are and just be friends with them.
Almost like
Good
food.
person.
Almost
Yes.
like the food that we made here today. We had red onions, which are so delicious. Now, does everyone like red onions?
In my house.
No. In your house, yes, because you're
but-
7?
Yeah,
Is she 7?
7-year-old. She just ate it.
She was sitting here eating them raw. I was
Yeah.
about to pass out on the floor. My son, if I even tried to push this to him, he was like, no! All right, so we have red tomatoes.
Yeah.
And red tomatoes and cheese and all these different ingredients that made this right here so yummy. Yeah, so when we take a look at the human diaspora and all the things that we bring to the
We're
table.
all different colors, but that's
are.
what makes it just
But we're
one
all
big
food.
melting pot.
Do you notice that this is all food?
Yes.
And yet somebody came up with a horrible idea to create something that's non-scientific called race. Race has no scientific basis. This is all food, but it's different food, right?
I always tell my kids, I'm like, if you cut, it doesn't matter what human
Oh, yeah.
being, we all bleed
We
the
bleed
same
red.
red.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
That is the truth.
And so we just have to accept everybody, and I'm so glad that you brought that up because kids just need to learn to accept themselves.
Well, here's the good thing. Most kids haven't been damaged. They haven't been poisoned like we have.
That's true.
Which is why your daughter probably has this United Nation looking friendship base.
Yeah, she does.
But the older we get and the more exposed we are to society's messages and movies and print and politics and that's when it starts becoming
starts
a problem.
messing people up.
Because you can see 2 kids, 5 kids, they'll come and play together. They don't care what color each other
That's
is.
so true.
But as we grow older and we're indoctrinated with, certain views and beliefs and customs, it all goes
That's
away.
where it gets messed up.
It does.
So we really hope that people get the message that we're trying to pass today. It's just to love everybody.
Love everybody.
We're all one.
Can't we all just get along? We can. We are the world. We are the children. I love it.
I want to thank you so much for coming
so
out
much
here and doing this
fun.
with us today. Cooking, eating, chatting, and you guys want to see more of Tanya, please leave us comments so we can have her back for like later episodes.
I love that.
And we're gonna tag all her social media handles. Go follow her. Her music video is out. It's amazing. She's super talented. Like, she's not award winning for no reason. So you guys literally go follow her page. I will tag all her handles on there and just show her some love. Leave us comments if you like everything you've seen today, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys later.